Sanjay Gandhi National Park is a protected area located in the northern part of Mumbai. Established in 1969, the park covers an area of approximately 104 square kilometers. It is one of the most visited national parks in Asia due to its proximity to a major urban center. The park is known for its diverse flora and fauna, encompassing a range of ecosystems from dense forests to open grasslands. It is home to a variety of wildlife, including deer, leopards, macaques, and a rich bird population. The Kanheri Caves, located within the park, are a group of ancient rock cut caves and sculptures that add to the historical and cultural significance of the area. In a conversation with G. Mallikarjuna, Director, Sanjay Gandhi National Park, let's know more about this urban park.
A warm welcome to our Guardians of the Forest, sir. Can you describe the Sanjay Gandhi National Park, its spread, its biodiversity, what is the size of this park itself?
Sanjay Gandhi National Park, actually it is a very unique park. You might be seeing that, you might be reading many of the newspapers. It is unique in many ways because this park is one of the unique, and that is one of the uniqueness is that it is inside the metro. And second important thing is that we have wildlife living inside the national park. In the world, across the world, you are also having many national parks inside the big cities. But there, the main difference is that there we don't have wildlife inside. Whatever it is there, it is the captive animals or like that. The wildlife main, what I am referring is that we have a big predator inside. So in the form of a leopard. So that makes a lot of difference and give that uniqueness to this national park. As I told that this national park is, on one side it is covered by Mumbai city, on the other side is Thane. But it is completely surrounded by the human habitations. And another important thing which we can correlate with this one is because this park is staying inside one of the highly dense human habitation in the world, you can say. So with this kind of density, very dense population staying outside, and at the same time you have one of the dense carnivore population inside, that major carnivore. Along with we have other biodiversity, like if you come to fauna, we have 4 types of deers: spotted deer, sambar, barking deer, moose deer. And we have more than 200 species of birds and innumerable number of invertebrates. They are there inside. So if you come to the flora, again it is a part of Western Ghat. It is disconnected because of human activity. Otherwise it is a part of entire the continuum of the Western Ghats. So because of that, the natural resources, so it can sustain even the good population of wildlife also. And many people say surprise when they come to the park and see the park inside. Many are they surprised that how can this kind of big park to the tune of more than 104 square kilometer, that is more than 10,000 hectares. That kind of national park is staying inside the Mumbai and Thane city with all sorts of the developmental pressure, human pressure, but still it is surviving. So I give the entire credit to the people. See, as a department, we are doing our duty. So apart from that, we have a lot of support from the people, NGOs, voluntary groups. There are individuals. Well, most of them, they have a lot of attachment to this park. So that makes this park surviving with all these odds and all these pressures.
This park is also referred to oftentimes as the lungs of the city. So because of its the rich flora that is there. How important do you think that is for the city, urban center like Mumbai?
It's obviously, you see that when there is a human habitation, then obviously there will be some the air pollution related activities which will going on. Because by presence of human itself, it will start that kind of thing. In order to compensate that, we need some kind of the mechanism where that carbon will be assimilated and oxygen will be at least released to the atmosphere. So recently, if you give a statistics, recently we got one study conducted by Professor Haripriya from IIT Bombay. She has worked on so many ecological values which the park is giving by taking some standard. So whatever she is telling, it is the minimum. If you see the ecological value which this park is giving to the society, yearly it is providing ecological services to the tune of 65,000 crores. So it is unimaginable. It is very small. I mean, it is on the minimum scale we are telling, because her scope of work that was limited to some activities. It is not covering all the ecological issues related to the any biosphere or any natural environment. So if you see that figure itself tells the importance of this park. And there are so many. We have a very big morning walkers. They come every day to the park. We have more than 20,000 registered morning walkers. So this number again itself shows that why the people they come here all the way. In the morning from 5 o'clock to 8 o'clock, if you come to the park, it is full of people. They come for morning walk, doing exercise, yoga and all. So they found that because once they come inside, they re-energize, so that they become more active to take care of their activities whole day. So that kind of attachment this park is having with the locals who are staying in and around this park.
Briefly describe the green cover that is there, uniqueness of the trees, of how many species of trees. Have you done a study or something on that front, sir?
Yeah, we have a basic study which we have done here. So we have more than 200 to 50 species of flora, starting from herbs to herb shrubs and trees. Basically, you see the vegetation here. Even if you have a glimpse of, if you go across this park, except the valleys where we have some 2 valleys here. So in that we have a very good typical evergreen vegetation is there. So that resembles the vegetation of the Western Ghats. And if you come to the plains, where there is a lot of human interference has happened in the past, so it is gradually reviving. So that's why you found a lot of mixed species. And even if you see in the tourism area, we have a lot of the exotic species which have been planted in order to fast track the rejuvenation of the area. So gradually we are in the process of removing the exotics and we are planting the native species here. So we try to make this park more native to the people. So because we also have very beautiful native species. Yes. The only issue is that most of our native species are slow growing. So gradually we are taking a lot of efforts to make this park free of all the exotics and make this as a native species. We try to increase the native species richness in the park.
You spoke about that, and very interesting thing is the major attraction of the park is the carnivore, the leopards. Nowhere across the world you have so many big cats living in Sokol. So if you can just tell us about those leopards, how many of them are there in the park and how do we coexist with them, sir?
One of the uniqueness which the park is actually having, that is the presence of the big carnivore, that is the leopard. So along with that we have two more cat species here, only jungle cat and rusty spotted cat. So just before going to the leopards, I will tell about the rusty spotted cat. Rusty spotted cat is one of the smallest cat which resembles all the characteristics of big cat. So we have one conservation breeding center for that rusty spotted cat here. So apart from that we have jungle cat. They both are in good numbers. And when come to the leopards, so leopard, it is one of the dense leopard population in any of the forest, if you can see. That kind of density we have here. We have around 40 to 45 leopards in Sanjay Gandhi National Park. So obviously the high density leopard population amongst high density human population. So there will be a conflict. Every day we face the conflict. The one good thing is that in the past we used to have lot of human casualties in this landscape. But gradually that has reduced. That has reduced to almost zero, you can say. Except the one unfortunate incident happened last year. If you see for the last 10 years, there is no any human kill happened in this park. In spite of we have a very high dense leopard population. So other interactions happens means the leopards, they stray into the housing societies, so in search of food, and they will come back. then obviously there will be panic. People, once they see the leopard, even through their CCTV also, then there will be panic. People start raise issues. The one beautiful thing with the park we have developed here is, so we have a very coordinated effort by involving there are some voluntary groups, especially we have one Mumbaikar for SGNP. There is a group, it is a voluntary group. These people over a phone call, they come to our rescue. In the sense, they act as the intermediary between the public and the forest department. Along with our rescue team, these people go to that society. This is our first, when a conflict arises, this is the first line of action is that first we go there with the Mumbaikar for SGNP and our rescue team people. They go there, they conduct the education session for the people, and they try to educate the people how the cats behave, how leopard behave. So what are the precautions they have to take? In that way, we undertake that education program. So in a way, we get very good cooperation from the societies also. They also appreciate the way, because most of the things happen in ignorance. So when we tell that what is why they come out, so what is their behavior, what are the precautions which we have to take, then they appreciate that. Accordingly, most of the people start living, have the coexistence with the leopards. Similarly, along with people, even our leopards also started learning to coexist with the people. So because of that result, you can say the number of the human casualties that has reduced gradually to a zero. That has happened because of this kind of the misunderstanding between both the people who are staying around the park as well as the animal also. That kind of the behavioral changes, because of that, the conflict has been reduced.
And this is very interesting is because you have also been working with a lot of schools in the vicinity, sir. What has that engagement program been like?
Yeah, actually, we have a dedicated nature education center here. So we have a nature education officer. So the main job is to engage these people. Especially our main focus is the students. So because they are very easy to inculcate the natural, what are the nature, wildlife conservation values. They are the proper target people. So accordingly, we conduct a lot of sessions here. And we also invite the schools to bring the students inside. And we try to expose them to the different, we have a nature interpretation center, we have a cat orientation center. Also we have a year one taxidermy center. So through this, we try to tell the importance of the species or the wildlife and the forest for the society. So that's why we engage a lot more and more with the school and college students. So this is one part. Second part of the nature education is that we have a lot of nature trails. One of the prime attraction of our Sanjay Gandhi National Park is our nature trails. You know that because in Mumbai we have the kind of people who are staying here. So they are all of different categories. In order to meet out the requirement, different category, different people, we have different types of nature trails. So that is actually, it is a payment based. So it is on a regulated basis we conduct that. So through that we bring a lot of people. We have expert nature education officers or nature education volunteers. So they come, they go with the people. They try to explain what is the forest, the actually relevance of this forest to the Mumbai. So this kind of issues we continuously engage in interacting with the people and the passage of information regarding nature and wildlife conservation to the people.
Typically, when we have a forest or a forest officer would be there like yourself, their whole attention would be to protecting the thing. But here you have scores and scores of people visiting. How important do you think the responsibility to kind of educate and kind of engage them and bring interactivity for them?
It is always very important to engage, because you see the kind of people who visit this park. I think annually this park have a visitor of more than 2 million. On an average weekly, if you see, it ranges from 5,000 to somewhere around 20,000 weekly, depending on the season. In monsoon, we get more visitors. It is necessary to involve those people. Otherwise, because the nature, whatever the natural resources are there, that has to be used on a controlled manner. If you do not regulate that, then your entire resource will go, it will go towards deterioration. So in order to avoid that, whenever the crowd comes here, we try to educate them in a different way. some formal way, some informal way, and through kind of display boards and the warnings, these kind of systems we have done here. And at the same time, when we issue the ticket, at the back side of the ticket, we have put lot of all these do's and don'ts, and what are the things they need to, what are the precautions they have to take inside the park. So like that, we are trying our level best to engage these people. And at the same time, we have one more initiation we started here is because when the big number of tourists comes, then again the plastic pollution, it is getting associated with that one. So for that, we have 2-3 issues. This one methodologies which we are following. At the gate itself, we again screen the people for all these plastic items. If somebody is taking, then we take some deposit from the tourist and we ask them to give it back while going back there. So then now once they give that plastic bag, then that deposit will be given back to the tourist. Second one, there is an organization. So through that, we engage them. So their volunteers come here. So Afrosha, I think most of the people, it is a very well-known name as far as the Mumbai is concerned, because he did a lot of good work in
The
Warsaw Beach.
Yes.
So the entire Afrosha group, their foundation people, they regularly visit the park. So they have dedicated volunteers here. They go to all the padas. They do 2 works. One is they start educating the people again about the segregation of waste and reduction of waste at the source itself. And they collect the waste also. That will bring it to the one place in the park where they can segregate it and accordingly will dispose it. So this is with the residents who are inside the park. Second one is for the tourists also. They take a lot of interactive sessions on the move in order to educate them to reduce the plastic pollution, not only in national park, even in their day-to-day life also. So like this, we are engaging the different people, different NGOs, different volunteers for the better protection and better conservation of this whatever the natural resources which we have here.